What is going on, everyone? Guess what? The holiday season has begun. I'm back from break. I'm ready for a fun, full holiday-themed week of great content here on DSP Gaming, and I hope that you're ready too. As you can see, things are a little different. We'll take a look at my full decorations and the like in a moment. New decorations, new animations, holiday spirit and cheer. We've got a lot to talk about today, including recapping what went down on the Black Friday Marathon, all the stuff that I was able to pick up to improve this setup and my content, some of which is actually going to arrive live during the show, and I'm going to do multiple live unboxings. Pretty excited for that. Plus, we'll talk about the schedule for this week because it's weird with all this stuff arriving. It basically makes it that it's hard to tell when I'm doing what. Obviously, at some point, I need to build a desk and a chair and upgrade the setup. So we'll talk all about this today. And if there's time, got a couple stories to cover, including YouTube's AI moderation going wild and shutting down channels that really haven't done anything wrong. All of this and more on today's first of many special holiday-themed episode of the Level 1 Podcast. Alrighty, everybody. Welcome to the show. It's the Level 1 Podcast for Sunday, the 30th of November, 2025. I'm DSP, and I welcome you here to the beginning of fun holiday festivities on the channel. I'm very excited for what's coming. I hope that you are too. Now, many different things going on. First off, this is my holiday border that I was using years ago. I'm not necessarily going to keep using this border. I just wanted to have it here today as we actually launched for the holiday season. However, to show you my full setup for the month, which for the record could change, and I'll explain why in a minute, here we are. Very, again, minimalist stuff. I don't like going crazy, but I like having a few things here or there that are holiday themed. And I changed some coloring of different things in the background, as you can see. We now have blue panels instead of black. Figured a little bit more wintry. Changed this out from black to green, kind of festive, like an evergreen tree. We got some cool stuff back here. Some people who are longtime viewers may recognize this guy. He's been in my Christmas setup annually for like 7 years. It's been pretty wild. And as you can see, brand new animations that'll be running all month. We've got Christmas-themed animations, but also a little bit of fall mixed in, but mostly, Christmas-themed. But new stuff for all the different games that I'll be playing this month, as well as one that's more like winter themed rather than just Christmas. So good stuff. All right, now I have updated all of the contribution animations, all of them. All right. So it doesn't matter if you super chat on YouTube, if you send kicks on Kick, if you send a tip, there are brand new animations now set up. And the big addition this year is not just that they're Christmas-themed animations, because I do these annually. Now I have sound effects timed with the animations that are actually appropriate to the animations. So I don't really want to spoil. I'd rather have you see them as they happen naturally. But like every level, for little like super chats that are just randomized and, smaller contributions, like 100 kicks, or bigger ones like $5, $10, $20, I have all this new stuff that's going to pop up. So as people contribute, we'll see. some of this new stuff, and hopefully you'll like it. If you have any criticisms or any suggestions, let me know. I tried to make it reasonable volume so it doesn't like blow our ears out. So hopefully you'll like it. I put a lot of effort into it. I was in here yesterday on my day off, putting into work. I set everything up, redid the whole setup behind me, got all these animations set up to go. Here we go. Wow. Well, first of all, Sweet Share became a sub on Kick, and I don't know if it popped up or not because we were doing the intro, okay? But Sweet Share just did a 1,000 Kick contribution. So let's get our first animation of the day. For the Kick stuff, sadly, I have to manually play it still. It's still not automated. But here we go. Ready? I don't remember what this one is. Oh, God. This is our first one. I can't believe this is the first one we're playing. Ready? Thank you to Sweet Share. Now, did that echo? Because if it did, I have to fix it. Was that fine? Or did it echo? And by the way, why am I on? Oh, I turned off the border. That's why. Was there echo? It was fine. No echo? Okay. I heard an echo, but I hear it on my end because I'm having it play through my speakers as well. If you guys didn't hear an echo, it's good. All right. Cool. So, yes. Anyway, so I hope you liked it. That's our first of the month. There we go. Let me go ahead and yes, the animations are basically classic animations. I've used some of these for years and years. Some are only like 1 year old. So I have like maybe I think it's between 5 and 10 different animations, but all the sound effects are new. Okay. Cool. Let me get that on the leaderboard. Where the hell is my leaderboard? Hold on a second. There it is. Where did the leaderboard go? Okay, so that was Sweet Share, and Sweet Share also became a member. So actually, you became a sub over on Kick, so let's get you there too. Thank you so much. So let's get that on the leaderboard, and then let's shout him out, because I think Sweet Share even said something in that, in those kicks. Let's see. So Sweet Share says, I've decided to finally check you out on live stream instead of just re-upload to keep it up, King. Thank you, Sweet Share. I appreciate you coming by, hanging out. Now, you're on the Kick side of stuff. To forewarn you, all right, there's kind of a method to the madness around here. My longtime viewers and supporters mostly watch me on YouTube. The reason being is because I've been streaming on YouTube for a very long time. Kick's a relatively new thing. I've been streaming on there for about a year. There's a lot of kind of teasing, trollish element over there. You're going to see people saying some silly things in the chat and stuff like that. So FYI, if you're a newcomer and you're in the Kick chat and you're like, why are they all making fun of Phil? Why are they? That's why. It's kind of that has that separation on purpose, like it's done purposefully. So that way you kind of separate the two audiences. But you're welcome on either, whichever you'd like to chat. And thank you so much for the first contributions of the week right there. So as you can see, for all contributions, we have animations just like that. Okay? Thank you so much, Sweet Share, for getting this stuff going today. All right? All right, so FYI, yesterday, or excuse me, I said yesterday. In my mind, it was yesterday. Friday was Black Friday, and I did a marathon. And it was a good one. It was a doozy. It was actually one of my most attended marathons all year. Why? Well, because I have this new audience, more people coming by and hanging out with me than I've had in a long time as a result of the Asmongold interview last week and the exposure it gave me. So with all these people on the stream, we did a lot of fun stuff, including checking out a couple games that I didn't even think we would, Arc Raiders and Megabonk. Okay? And to be honest, I'm very happy that we did that. Arc Raiders, I only played it for about 90 minutes. I feel like that's the kind of game that absolutely could be like a chill stream game for me, that at night we could play for like a couple of hours and hang out and talk and interact while I play it, as opposed to it being like a super fixated, oh, it's so crazy intense game. You do have to pay attention, but it's a lot of looting and exploration, and, talking with the audience when I'm doing it probably would be a fun thing. So that one I was actually surprised, because I didn't realize that's really what this extraction shooter formula was. Keep in mind, I never played an extraction shooter before. So I'm happy I tried it, and maybe we will keep it in the schedule from time to time and check it out, okay? But in addition to that, trying out, whatchamacallit, Megabonk. And I'm very excited because Mega Blanc was something unique. Like, I never really played a game like that before, and I'm excited to try it maybe again. The thing is with Mega Blanc, it is very, very demanding of your attention. Unlike Arc Raiders, where you can kind of chill with an audience, with Mega Blanc, you got to be watching and paying attention constantly, right? And because of that, um, it was hard to interact with the audience. Like, I was trying to learn the game and stuff, and you guys were trying to help me, but it was very hard to, like, have that level of let's chill together. Instead, it was very intense. And I noticed, for example, when I was playing Mega Blanc, I was enjoying it, but the audience attendance actually dipped. And I was like, oh, we lost like 100 viewers playing Mega Blanc. Why is that? Maybe it was just coincidence, or maybe it actually just isn't as interesting to watch. I don't know. I actually watched the performance of the on-demand videos all yesterday, and both games did well. Like, both games, the on-demand videos have gotten decent views and great, like, engagement. So it seems like there is interest in me playing those games in the future, which, again, I'm down for. I never expected that I would even try them. I tried them, and I ended up really liking them. I hope that you guys feel the same. I want your feedback, obviously. Did you like Mega Blanc? Did you like Arc Raiders? Would you like those in the schedule? If so, I'm more than willing to put them into the schedule. 100%. I'm down for that. We can even play them as early as sometime this week, okay? But just as a heads up here, this week is a very short week for me in comparison to my usual streaming week. Usually I stream 5 to 7 days. This week's only 4. Reason being, I have 2 days scheduled off, both Thursday and Friday of this week, which I think is December 4th and 5th. I have previous IRL commitments. That's right. Real life sometimes gets involved and says, well, you got to do this. And that's what's happening right now is I have to do some stuff and I can't be here. All right. So I hope you guys understand. Sorry about that. Obviously, I'd like to be here more, especially the first week of holiday season stuff. I'd like to be here more, but it's life. When I come back, I think the week after, I will have straight 6 days of streaming, like Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Oh, I might have 7 straight days of streaming that next week, actually, to make up for it. So there you go. So yeah, good stuff, right? I'm excited, but it is a shorter week. And the other thing about this week is that all the stuff that I ordered on Black Friday during that whopping almost 4-hour DSP buys it segment, where we went on Amazon together. We looked at a new desk, a new chair, a new controller, new speakers, 2 new monitors, monitor arms, among other things. Like, we ordered a ton of stuff, right? That's all coming sporadically over the course of this week. So as stuff arrives, we very well might want to start, like, unboxing it and or doing it gradually. Because here's the thing, if we do it all at once, that's going to be, like, a lot of time. Like, let's say I waited till Wednesday to even look at any of the stuff. That might take so long that it's all of Wednesday. As opposed to, let's say, today, some of the stuff shows up. We live unbox it. I start testing it, using it. Tomorrow, the chair shows up. I unbox and we put the chair together, try to get it as part of the setup. You see what I'm saying? I think it makes more sense to do it slowly and gradually as much as I can. However, there is one critical problem with that. The linchpin of the entire setup, the thing that I need to really get this new setup going, is the desk. The desk is like the critical thing. And sadly, the desk is coming last. From what I'm being told, which I guess I can keep updating and trying to get, information about it. But the desk is coming Wednesday. It did ship, but there haven't been any updates since yesterday. If the desk comes early, like, let's say the desk comes tomorrow, right? Well, then that's perfect, because then we can actually schedule, hey, do I want to do it Tuesday, build it or whatever? But I have the feeling it ain't going to come till Wednesday, and Wednesday's my last day of the week. So that really sucks. And sorry, because there's some trolling. I'm just taking care of it quickly. It really sucks because I really wanted to have that set up, especially because, you're starting a new month, right? And I did all this setup, but guess what? With this new desk, it's definitely going to be higher than my setup. My chair is going to be higher. That means I got to adjust my background. I might even have to add, like, an additional layer to each side here to get it high enough to match up with my new setup, in which case now the cameras have to be adjusted. It's a lot of work. It's not just an easy thing. It's going to be a ton of work to get it going. I don't want to start the month and then have to change the setup right away, but it looks like I have to. Like, it looks like that's what's going to happen is I'm going to end up having to change the setup again, middle of the week. Or worst case scenario, what happens if the desk actually doesn't come on Wednesday? Then I guess we got to work on this next week when I come back on Saturday, So it is what it is. Exactly. Broden says, all in good time, you'll get there. I know, but like, you, let me put it this way. Number one, there's an anticipation factor, right? I'm like, ooh, I got all this new stuff coming to improve the setup and everything's going to be so much cooler and better. And I can't wait, right? Like, you buy something, you want it right away. You don't have to wait a million years to get it, right? You get all excited. That's number one. But number two, there's the whole idea that, I want to have this setup optimized. And last year I invested a lot of money in it to get a dual PC setup with a better cameras and lighting and all of that. And then I just kind of stopped because I was like, I don't want to dump an insane amount into it, right? Because I don't want to empty everything out that I made. And what happens if something goes wrong? And I'm actually glad I did that because, to be honest, this year, a few things did go wrong behind the scenes, had nothing to do with my streams or content, but I had to drop some money kind of mid-year out of nowhere. And because of that, if I had dropped so much money to fully upgrade my setup last year, it might have been a lot tighter than it ended up being. You know what I'm saying? But now you guys have been so supportive this last week, especially, with this newfound audience that are coming and hanging out and supporting with me, that basically because of that, I was able to do this upgrade on Friday. And I'm so appreciative of that, guys. Really, you guys are absolutely amazing. And I thank you so very much for supporting me the way that you have. It's so cool that you did that for me because now I was able to do basically the second half of the upgrades that I didn't do last year. Hopefully, this will be the last set of upgrades for a while. And then the significant, stuff to spend money on would be any game that you guys want, or maybe a gaming peripheral for something. But it wouldn't have to be like the cameras, the capture devices, the setup. I'll have it all in place for years to come. So I'm excited. I know you guys are excited too. And I cannot wait for what's to come in the future. I just need the stuff to show up. In fact, I just got notification that a couple things just got delivered, and I'm going to go downstairs and grab them. But before I do, SweetShare, you're being amazing this morning. SweetShare just dropped 5 subs on the community over on Kick. So congrats to anyone who just got a gifted sub. And thank you so very, very much to SweetShare for 5 more subs. Wow, thank you so much. We got an all SweetShare morning so far. We're up to $40 now. Thank you, SweetShare. You're awesome. Okay, so you know what I could do? I could change that sound effect to be something more festive. You know what? Why don't I do that right now? Because I think, that sound effect, to be honest, I don't think a lot of people like it that much. So you know what? Here's what I'll do. Let's go to Kick. Let's go to subscriptions. And let's go to gifted subs. And let's change that sound effect right now. All right. Now, if someone gifts a sub, it'll be a completely different sound effect that is festive themed. There we go. I have changed it. Cool. Now I know you want to see what it sounds like. Well, we'll see. I just did it live. I just saved it. So, okay. Excellent. All right. So, good start. By the way, good morning to everyone. How's everyone doing this morning? Who do we got today? We got Copium. We got John, War and Peace, Tryhard Homie, Pattis, Reyna, That One, Lalafell, Froggy T. Wright. Cabal's here. Big Mac is here. Onslaught. Who else do we got? Tis What It Is. Chris, King Michael, Broden. How you doing? Over on Kick, we got Quantuminth, Your Future Stepson, Save Us GTA, DSP for President. That's a good name. Suffer Properly. Lucy Poxy is here. Garce is here. Who else do we got? Chinese Food. Netcode's Evil Twin and more. Sewer Rats here. Big Barb. Snake Sauce. How's everyone? Vivid, how are you? Good morning, everyone. Steven, how are you? Good morning, everyone. Welcome and happy, I can finally say it, happy holidays. I can finally say it because we're there. We're in the holiday season, the best season of the year. My absolute favorite time of the year. It is. This right now, these moments we're having together, this is my best time of the year. I love it. Right after Thanksgiving, you get this cool vibe. Thank you to Lance Catamaran. Lance just did 100 kicks over on Kick. Thank you so very much, Lance. Appreciate that. Cool. Okay, so you guys don't mind if you could give me just a moment. I want to go grab what just arrived from Amazon. Give me like a minute. I'm just going to go grab it off the porch. And it looks like we're going to be doing our first live unboxing of the season, which I'm very excited for. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. I got all the stuff in, and it is time to take a look at what is Christmas has come early here on DSPGaming. Oh, so my speakers have arrived. They're quite heavy. They're way heavier than I thought they would be. I don't know why they're so heavy, but they actually weigh a ton. I don't know if they're weighted or if they're just really good. They're pretty darn heavy. So we're going to take a look at those in a second. I think they have wireless capability, but I'm just going to plug them in. Like, I could test them today. I could actually plug them into my TV and see how they sound as we game today and see if they're any good. I don't know. I guess we'll have to see. Anyway, so here they are. Edifier M60s. Okay? And that's right. New gamepad. Although it's funny, new gamepad has arrived. Let's play. Oh, wait, I'm playing Mario today. So this doesn't work with Switch. So I can't even use it for my first stream. The Razer Wolverine Pro 8K PC, which is supposed to have the absolute lowest latency of any controller ever. Really, like both the thumbstick and the buttons. It's supposed to have like absolutely instant reaction when you push the button or use the thumbstick, which may, quite frankly, I might not be used to it. It may be too good. You know, maybe too good for what I do. I guess we'll see. Okay. All right. So we'll give it a shot today. What we can do is maybe later tonight, I'm actually playing Tormented Souls 2. So we could use this with Tormented Souls 2. There you go. Gar says, call an audible, use the new controller with Arc Raiders. Well, I didn't set up the stream for Arc Raiders. People wouldn't know that we're doing Arc Raiders. Unless there was an insane, overwhelming amount of people demanding Arc Raiders, I wouldn't do that. At the same time, also, it has to charge. You know, like, we'll hook it up, but it has to charge, so, you know, it probably wouldn't have a charge to do a stream, I would think. I guess we'll see. But anyway, there you go. So, two awesome things. We'll unbox those in a second, I guess. And there's more to come. Like, I think it's like a slow bleed, or a slow drip, I should say, not bleed. A slow drip all week. I think tomorrow, the huge Lego that I bought, it's the Super Mario World Lego set. I believe that's coming tomorrow. Let's see here. Let me take a look at the deliveries. Yeah, tomorrow is the Super Mario World Lego. Oh, both monitors that I ordered, and the monitor mounting arms, and the chair all come tomorrow. Oh, and the chair mat. So technically tomorrow, depending on when stuff shows up, I could start, I could build the chair, and I could set up the chair mat here. But what I would have to do then is adjust the height of both of these desks to match the height of the chair. But that also means that I would have to redo like the camera height and lighting a little bit. And definitely the things behind me might end up being too low. So I might have to like prop them up depending on how much higher I am. I guess we'll have to see. So we could do that tomorrow, okay? And then, sadly, the desk comes Wednesday, so I can't use the new monitors and the monitor arms and all of that until the desk comes and I build it. That's my one major concern. Of all the things that I got on Friday, okay, the one big concern that I have is the desk. I'm nervous that the desk might not fit, or it'll fit, but it's then going to be either like right to the door so I can't get in the office, or it's going to be blocking me here. And if it blocks me here, how do I get behind the desk? Like, you guys don't know, my studio is just a spare bedroom, okay? It's not some giant room that I have in my house. It's pretty small. And I don't know 100% that I'm going to be able to fit. Like, I know the desk will fit, but how am I going to get behind the desk? Am I have to jump over it, crawl under it? like I'm going into trenches of war on my hands and knees. I don't know if I'm going to be able to walk around it. And I don't know if it's going to block the door or not. What I think I'm going to have to do is rearrange the stuff like behind me a bit. Like right now, this stuff isn't flush to the wall. I might have to push it back flush to the wall, like right against the wall to get stuff to fit. I don't know. I won't know till it's here and we build it. So I guess we'll have to see. But because some people have said, well, why don't you rotate your whole setup? Why don't you use it like a different? Well, number one, because I just built this wall last year. Do you remember? About a year ago, I redid this setup, and this is all attached to the wall. This wall now is full of holes because I had to drill and mount all this on the wall. If I were to try to move this, first of all, I'd probably end up breaking all the mounting stuff, and I probably have to buy a whole new thing. And by the way, they don't make these anymore. This soundproofing foam, it's out of print. It's not manufactured new anymore. So I'd either be paying top dollar or I might, I don't know. I don't think it's like transferable. Like, let's say I wanted to move that to a wall over there where there's more room. I don't think I could. That's kind of the problem now is I kind of built myself into a corner. Like, this is the corner. Literally, this is the corner. And it is what it is. So I got to try to make ends meet and make it work the way that I can make it work. Maybe long term, if I were to say in a few years, say, all right, I don't like working from this corner anymore. I want to move over there to that side of the room. And I put all new soundproofing up on that wall back there. That's not this, but different soundproofing. Then we're good. But, I'm not going to do that right now. I just spent a ton of money on this setup last year. So anyway, am I cold with it snowing in the room? Yes, it's freezing cold in here. No, in reality, it's very cold here today. It's it was like 30 degrees this morning. We had frost outside. Now it's probably 40 because the sun is out. But actually, we've hit the winter weather. The winter weather has begun here in Washington State. And yeah, so good stuff. I'm excited for this week. Like, this week will be a good one. Like, no lie. I know with everything we're doing, and we'll talk about that in a moment. We'll look at the schedule, and I'll tell you, we can change this on the fly because it really depends on when stuff shows up. We're going to unbox this stuff in a moment, too. We're going to do that live. That'll be cool. But how's everyone doing? First of all, how was everyone's Saturday? Hopefully you all had a great Saturday away from the content. I did. Yesterday, I spent a lot of time with my wife. I went, I did the errands, the grocery shopping, the stuff that's necessary to do on my day off. But I spent a lot of time with my wife. There was a game that she plays, one of the sim games that had an update, and I watched her play that for like 2-3 hours and go through all these cool updates that were in the game. We relaxed. We watched some stuff together. We had some food. We actually ordered some Mediterranean food. So I ended up having a hero and some, I think it's called souvlaki. It's like the chicken that's marinated on the skewer or whatever. That was really good. Rice and salad and some hummus. It was really good. Really good dinner yesterday with my wife. Yeah, we're out of the Thanksgiving leftovers. It was only enough for the 2 meals. So we actually finished it on Friday. So we had to order out. But it was good. It was a nice, relaxing day. The only bummer is it took forever for the food to show up because, this weekend is the busiest kind of like traffic weekend besides maybe Christmas weekend. So essentially, it took so long for the food to show up. We ordered it and waited over an hour. It showed up. It was good, but it was cold. Like, oh, well, it's that kind of year, right? I mean, that time of year, what can you do? So anyway, but outside of that, it was good. It was absolutely good day. Great, relaxing day. And I hope that you guys had a good one too, whatever you were up to. So let me ask you this. You guys obviously know what I got for Black Friday. I spent over $2,000 all with stuff to upgrade my setup for the streams, right? So what did you guys get? Did any of you find good deals? Did any of you actually get anything interesting on Black Friday? Let's see what you guys have to say. I'd like to have let me know. Give me your feedback. Did anyone buy anything good or interesting? Get a good deal on anything? Clothes. A portable DVD player. A portable DVD player? People still use those?
What's the matter? Store wouldn't take your stolen credit card?
Raider Randy with a $5 super chat. Maybe put on a stolen credit card. Says, watch a chunk of your Expedition 33 Let's Play over the weekend. A fun playthrough. Maybe in the top 5 games of all time. Thank you, Raider Randy. Indeed. Absolutely amazing. Great game. And I loved it. And guess what? We've talked about it. I think we've pretty much locked it in that I am going to go back to Expedition 33 later this month. Can't do it immediately, simply because we're already in the midst of other playthroughs. It wouldn't make sense to start up others when we want to finish, say, Tormented Souls 2, do a little bit more Mario Galaxy 2, etc. But, by the way, also next week, we've got Metroid Prime 4 starting up, and that's a definite game that I'm playing. But man, do I want to go back to Expedition 33. 100%. I want to go back and hang out while I play that game. I did not get to play Act 3 at all. So I want to do all of Act 3 with you guys, as long as you guys are down and along for the ride. If you agree that you'll come and hang out and support and engage those streams, I will play it. That was the problem. That's why I had to stop playing the game, because people weren't showing up for it anymore, you see? Arc Raiders. Yeah, see, I'm down for Arc Raiders. I'm down to put Arc Raiders into the schedule as a chill playthrough if that's what you guys really want. Okay, here we go. So, Sennheiser headphones. Sennheisers are good. Sennheisers are good, but, I've had bad luck with headphones. And what I mean by that is when I first started streaming, which was 2013, damn, it was a long time ago. I bought 3 headphones at the time: a Turtle Beach, a Triton, which doesn't exist anymore. The Triton brand went out of business, and also the Astro. I think they were A40s, A30s, whatever they were at the time, like the latest Astros. Because I didn't know what to get. I bought all 3. Okay. Out of all 3, I actually thought the Turtle Beach had the best audio, and they broke right away. Like within a few months of using them, one of the headphones went out. I got a replacement under warranty. Happened again. And I said, well, I don't want to use these anymore. So then I started using the Tritons, and the Tritons actually had different like speakers built into the ear cups, which is crazy to think it wasn't like virtual surround. It was like literal real surround. That was great, except the way they designed the Tritons was faulty. It was a plastic band that went over your head. It was a solid piece. It would just crack over time, and there's nothing you could do about it. I sent it in for warranty. They got me another pair, cracked again. So I was like, dude, this is ridiculous. These things are not durable, especially for the price that they charge. Even back then, these were like $300 headphones, and they were all breaking. The Astros lasted incredibly long for me, like years. But the problem with the Astro, it didn't have good noise canceling at all. So you could hear everything in the environment. It was kind of annoying. They didn't sound as good as the other ones. So I ended up getting a pair of Sennheisers. Best headphones I've ever owned. They were insanely comfortable. The sound was ridiculously good. Like it had deep bass. It had great, like sharp treble. Voices came through clear, but like surround sound for games was great. There was only one problem. They broke. Within a year, not even. One of the headphones went out again. I was like, are you kidding me? So it's like, no matter what I buy, they freaking break right away. I don't get it. I've never had a pair of headphones that I think I've gotten to use more than, say, a year besides the Astros. The Astros lasted like 2-3 years, but I didn't like the quality of the audio. I just suffered with it because they were the only ones that didn't break. So congrats on the Sennheisers. They seriously are great. Like, they sound amazing. I know. I loved them when I had them, but they broke. So I never got another pair of Sennheisers because of that. I was like, screw it. Look into the SteelSeries Game DAC. It's an amazing headset. Is it? Right now, I'm just using some Logitechs. They're okay. They're not horrible, but they're not great either. They're kind of, I'd say they're like middle of the road. They're very comfortable, but the audio isn't as good as I would like. Like, for example, before the Astros, I had a pair of Corsairs, and the surround sound on the Corsairs was better. But with the Logitech, I get more bass, but the surround sound's not as good. Why do I care about bass? I'm not listening to music in them. They're gaming headphones, and they have better bass than surround. How does that make any sense? So maybe I'll upgrade my headphones at some point. For now, I just bought those Logitechs earlier in the year. I'm not going to get another new pair yet. That's like my least concern. Nicholas says you got AirPods Pro 3. Oh, he says AirPods Pro 3 have outstanding noise cancellation, but they don't last more than a year. Why does nothing last? It's all a scam. Let's sell you something that's insanely expensive, right? But it breaks within a year. So you have to keep replacing. So stupid, right? So dumb. Anyway, so what else did you guys get? Anything good? I'm just curious because I bought so much crap that this is going to be an interesting week to say the least. And we're going to look at some of it right now as I unbox it and maybe hook it up and stuff. But what else did you guys get? Anything good besides just clothes? See, the thing is, I think there's great deals. Last year, that's when I got my new streaming and capture PC. I say new, it's a year old now, but that's when I bought it. It was on sale for like $1,700, and then after the sale ended, it was over $2,100. So I saved like $400 on it, which is a really good, weekend deal for Black Friday. And now this year, I bought all that stuff. We did the math on the stream between I think there were 4 items that had a big Black Friday discount. So I saved like over $500 this year buying everything on the Black Friday week. Let's see. A Neo Geo Super Pocket handheld for $60 says Bonos Tecmo. What is that? Neo Geo Super Pocket? I used to have the Neo Geo Pocket. Back in the early 2000s, Neo Geo actually sold a handheld system. Now, it's not what you think. It didn't actually play real Neo Geo games on it. They had their own line of like mobilized Neo Geo games. Like they actually had, wasn't it Street Fighter? It was like Street Fighter Cross SNK. So it was like King of Fighters versus Street Fighter players, similar to Capcom versus SNK. Well, it was like their own version on handheld. It was an incredibly fun and good game. It really was. Just the graphics weren't great. It was more like pixel graphics, but it was actually a really good game. And I had a couple, like 2 or 3 games on there, and I really liked the system. But I don't know what this one is that you have now. Genesis Gaming says he bought Astrobot and Metaphor for a big discount. That's cool. Shock says the GDP Windows Win 5 gaming handheld. What is that? GDP Win 5? Look at this. Holy crud. That's expensive. Dude, it's almost $2,000. Was it on a good sale? The handheld gaming PC. So essentially, it's like a Steam Deck, but it's way better than the Steam Deck, right? For that price, it's got to be way better than the Steam Deck. Well, I played the Danganronpa 2 remake? No. I played Danganronpa 1 through 3 in full. I'm never replaying them. They're too long. But I enjoyed playing them when I did play them. Yeah, 1850. I see different models listed here. 2300, 1900, 1500. So there's different ones. Nicholas says, I'm torn. I want the Final Fantasy VII remake or the new Doom game. Both are on sale. You will get way more out of the Final Fantasy VII game. What I mean by that is it's just a much longer game with tons of side content and the like. As opposed to the Doom game, it's not short. I played it. I think it was over 20 hours. But you're going to go through there once and you're going to be like, okay, done. With the role-playing game like Final Fantasy VII Remake, you're probably going to play it way longer and enjoy the side content and everything. There's just more to it. But it doesn't matter. I mean, they're completely different styles of game. I played the new Doom game. I thought it was all right. I liked it better than Doom Eternal. But I also wasn't in love with it. I felt like it was a mix of Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal. And it worked. But I still prefer the more classic formula of Doom 2016 to what they've done with this now. This one was like all action-based, melee combat, smashing with the shield and stuff, which wasn't bad. But it also, I don't know, it just didn't feel like Doom. It felt like a different game, but it was still a decent game. Like, I enjoyed my time with it. What's up, Legend Lurker? How you doing, man? By the way, Mr. Member just gifted 5 memberships to the YouTube community. Thank you so much, Mr. Member. I appreciate that. Let's get that on the leaderboard. Thank you so much for the support. So, for those who are just joining us, I already made the announcement right at the top of the show, but I'll make it again because now we have like double the attendance, no lie. I have redone everything for December. Okay? All contribution methods, super chats, tips, kicks, and gifted subs, they all now, excuse me, have new animations and sound effects. They're all holiday themed. So however you contribute, you're going to see something that's very festive and fun this month. And I hope that you guys will enjoy it. I put some effort into it last night trying to find sound effects that matched up with the animation. Some of them are like dead on correct, like actual scenes from the movies that the animations are taken from. Others are similar, but not exact. Like we saw that one earlier with Marv getting hit by the iron in Home Alone, and it looks like me. It's my face on him. That, sadly, I couldn't find the sound effect for that. It's funny because I remember in the movie, he pulls the cord that looks like a light cord, right? And all of a sudden you hear it's like, boo, and you hear, like the cord, you hear it flapping in the wind, like, and he looks up, oh, and bam! I remember it. I couldn't find it. So instead, I stole the sound effect from earlier in the movie where Kevin takes the brick and he's on top of the building and he throws the brick, and it's like the most perfect brick toss you've ever seen. It just clobbers Marv right in the middle of the head. It still kind of fits the scene. So even though it's not dead on, it's still pretty good. And a lot of them are dead on though, or other scenes. Like I have there's one animation for $100. We will probably never see it this month, or we'll see it very rarely. But the $100 animation is like awesome to the scene. It's not the sound effect from the scene in the movie, but it's from another scene in the movie, and it fits the sound effect. It fits the animation perfectly. So we'll see over the course of December coming up. Usually we get to see all of them at least once, because it's like $5. Well, first it's like small contributions under $5. There's 2 randomized animations for that. Then there's $5, $10, $20, $30, $50, and $100. Those are the different levels of contributions. So it'd be pretty cool to see them all over the month. I hope you guys enjoy. Okay. So there we go. All right. I think what we should do an unboxing. The stuff showed up, right? Why not unbox it, take a look at it, see what it looks like. Like I said, for playing Mario today, I could actually test out these speakers because I'm almost positive that my TV has a headphone jack out, and that's how I'm going to connect it. In fact, you know what? Let me confirm that right now. I'm almost positive that it does. I can't imagine why it wouldn't. My TV actually has both the standard 3.5 millimeter headphone jack as well as digital out, which most things don't have anymore, but the TV has it. So, want to take a look? Let me get my knife, actually. Hold on. I forgot to grab my knife. Let's take a look at these speakers. I'm excited to take a look at them. Edifier M60 speakers. I don't know if they're wireless or not. We were reading the stats. It's like they looked really good, like great quality. I believe they work with an app. So I wouldn't even have to like use the monitor. Because remember, I'm going to be using monitors now, not a TV. So I could just use an app to adjust the volume on these speakers rather than having to mess with like the TV or the monitor buttons and stuff like that. Okay. Let's take a look here. Okay. So, here they are. They are pretty heavy. This is one here. Let's take a look. Let's unwrap it and see what it looks like. It's heavy. Wow. It's really heavy. Edifier. Looks nice. It's stylish, right? Stylish looking speaker there. I guess it's supposed to be a built-in tweeter or whatever there. Hopefully it has adjustments in the app because I'm not going to want any bass or very, very little bass. Cool. Edifier. I don't think these are wireless. I thought they were at first, but I don't think they are. I think they're wired. Okay. So USB-C, headphone jack in, I believe, power cable, and I guess there's the speaker cord that connects the two together. Yep. USB in. Well, I don't think I'm going to be using USB because I'm going to be running audio through my monitor, so I'm probably just going to use the 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. Yeah. As opposed to USB, which would be if we wanted to plug it into the PC. But if I do that, then I can't get audio out of the PC, so you guys wouldn't be able to hear. I'd sound great. You guys would hear nothing, right? There you go. Cool. I don't even know Edifier, this brand. I never really heard of them. Hopefully they're good. They certainly weren't cheap. Okay, so for the record, you may wonder, again, if you're like in Kick Chat, you're like, why is everyone talking shit about Phil buying something? Well, because they're jealous. You understand? These people are incredibly jealous. They're upset that I had a good week. That's how my detractors are. They're very upset that I had a great week where people supported me, liked the content, came in droves from Asmongold. So now that I upgraded my setup, what they'll do is criticize and say, well, why did you spend all that money? You never should have spent it. Or why didn't you buy something for your wife or something stupid like that, which is none of their business, right? They don't know anything about my personal life, but that's the kind of shit that they say. If I had made all this money and didn't spend any of it on the setup, they'd be like, oh, so he just spends his money frivolously behind the scenes on anything he wants. He doesn't ever upgrade his setup. He doesn't. That's how they are. That's why I pay no heed to what they say. They're just morons. They're going to complain no matter what I do. Um, in this case, you guys invested in me, and I'm immediately reinvesting back to you. That's what I'm doing. Like, this is going to be a better setup. So as long as you guys understand it, because again, people look at the kick chat, they're like, I don't get it. What's going on over there? It's just idiots, jealous idiots. And no matter what I say, they complain. What I do, I'm in the wrong. So I don't care about them. Okay. Okay. So I think that's it. Oh, it has stands. Oh, the speakers have stands. Oh, I think what it is they could be flat or you could put them in an angle. Oh, we'll have to decide which I want to do. Maybe I'll test it actually. Right now, we'll see what's better. Let me put those over here. And that's it. Okay. So, what's in the box? That's the $1,000,000 question. A lot. Holy crap, this thing came with a ton of stuff. And also, I'm sure this is going to tell me where the app is. The Edifier Connects app. That's what I got to get from my phone. Okay, I'm going to. I'm definitely going to use that. What do we got here? This is the cable that connects the two speakers. Need that. A headphone cable? But it's not. It's like a stereo. Does it have a standard headphone cable? That's what I need. Yeah, here's your standard 3.5 millimeter cable. That's what I need to plug it into the TV. I don't know why it has this. I guess just if you want to do the old school, what was this called? Phono or whatever. It's like the left and right channel. So it does have that cable with it. And yeah, here we've got your power cable, and this is USB-C if you want to attach it to your PC or whatever. Okay, so I won't use USB and I won't use this old school cable. I'll just use these three right here. This might be pretty easy to set up. I just got to find the app, I guess, and then kind of mess with it. I don't know how you sync the speakers with your app, though. Like, how would you sync it? They must, if it's there have to be wireless then, right? Like, there has to be wireless connectivity for this to work. Yeah, they're showing multiple ways to connect. You can connect via USB or the cable. Yep. Apparently, there's different modes and stuff. Oh, they are wireless. They have Bluetooth. They are absolutely wireless. They have Bluetooth. And what it's showing is you can enable the Bluetooth with a button on the top. Oh, it's invisible. You know what it must be? When you plug it in, it probably glows. Because, see, there's nothing there. But they're saying, I guess there's a touch sensor on top that you can enable Bluetooth, and that's how you sync it with the app. So they are wireless. There you go. Okay. Mess with this, I guess. All right, cool. So we'll hook that up in a bit. I also want to, before we mess with this, obviously I want to unbox the controller as well. And I probably want to get the controller charging so that we could use it tonight for Tormented Souls. Cool. But yeah, all right. I'm excited to try these today. Maybe they'll be really good for Mario. I'll get some good audio. I've been using my TV speakers for like 2.5 years. So any speaker is going to be an upgrade to that. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way it wouldn't sound better. The only question is where to put them. I might have to put them behind the TV right now. There's nowhere to put them in front. Like, there's no room in front. But the thing is, once I don't need to use this TV anymore, once the new monitor is in place, this TV can be pushed like backward. And then I could have the speakers just sitting there in front of the TV. Also, that lighting is going to have to be adjusted because I have a key light behind the TV. That's going to have to be adjusted for the new setup so that it actually works with the monitors and everything. We'll have to see. I might have to put that on a tripod on the floor, which would be fine. It's on a tripod now anyway. But yeah, I'll just put the speakers on the stand there. So, okay. Cool. Oh, I'm sure USB would be better, but here's the problem. I don't know if there's a solution to this or not. I cannot get dual audio out on a PC anymore. Like I used to be able to when I was younger. I had a device that was like a separate audio card. So you could get audio out from your standard PC jacks, but then there was like an additional jack. It would add like a digital audio jack. So you could get two audio lines out of your PC. I used to do this all the time back in the day. At some point, they phased it out. So now, if you plug in any device, whether you plug in headphones, you plug in, USB or 3.5 millimeter, as soon as you plug something into your PC, that's what it uses for audio. So, for example, right now, audio out on my gaming PC goes to HDMI. That goes to my capture device, which goes to this OBS, right? And then you guys can hear the audio of the game. If I were to take these speakers and plug it into the 3.5 millimeter audio jack, immediately, that's where the audio would go. And then you guys hear nothing. It would be silent. It just only does one output. So maybe there's a workaround. Maybe there's like, oh, you can use a third-party software and it clones the audio, and then you could. But I don't know anything about that. So for now, I'm just going to plug these into the TV for now. Later in the week when I get the monitors, I'm going to plug it into the monitor. Seems like the easiest way to do it, right? There you go. Voice Meter Banana audio software can do multiple audio outs. Voice Meter Banana. That's what I mean. I know there's a workaround for everything, but it's just levels of complexity, right? Like I'm sure it wouldn't be that bad if someone who understood it could explain it to me, and I'd probably do it in 5 minutes. But usually I'm on my own with this stuff. But we'll see. Maybe I will eventually do that because it certainly would be way easier to just plug it directly into the PC to have the audio rather than having it have a wire run from my monitor, which is going to be here all the way across the room. But I guess we'll see what happens. I do have the ability to run it across the room. I would just have to get a longer cable, I think. Like this cable they gave me here is short, man. This is really short. So right now it'll work because it's going TV to speakers or TV to speakers right now. But this just looks way too short. Here, see what I mean? You don't think of these things? I think I'm gonna have to get a long 3.5 millimeter cable to run from my monitor all the way across the floor to the speakers, which are going to be over there. This is not going to be long enough to do it. Yeah. So something I'm going to have to order off Amazon today, a long 3.5 millimeter cable. Okay. Anyway, before we start messing with speakers, all right, let's look at the new gamepad that I bought. So if you're wondering why do I need a new gamepad, I use an Xbox Elite 2 gamepad. I've been using it for about a year. I love the feel. I love the grip. I love the thumbsticks. I love that it has these changeable parts. What I hate about it is the face buttons. They suck. The face buttons are like this hard, transparent plastic. I was playing Hollow Knight Silksong, literally destroyed my thumb. Destroyed it. I have a giant callus on my thumb. Okay? So I need something that's going to be better than that. We looked at controllers on Friday. We compared all the different ones with response time and the like. And this seemed to be the absolute best response time of any controller out there, like less than 2 milliseconds or whatever it is. So we went with that, and then everything else here on it looked great too. So let's see if it's any good. Hopefully it's good. Someone had asked, is it console as well? I don't believe so. It does say it's the Wolverine Pro 8K PC. So I think it only works with PC. That's it. I'm pretty sure it's only PC. Okay, where'd I put the knife? Here we go. Your future stepson, enjoy your band. Don't come back. I've had enough of you. You were already a sock account anyway, and I'm just tired of your toxicity. Goodbye. Okay, that's how you handle a troll. Anyway, so take a look here. For gamers, by gamers, Razer. For the record, I've owned some Razer stuff in the past. Had a Razer mouse for a while that I liked. And I want to say I had some other Razer accessories back in the day. But I don't know if I've ever had a Razer. Wait, I did have a Razer pad at one point. Back in the Xbox 360 era. I'm actually starting to remember now. Yeah. I did own a Razer pad back in the Xbox 360 era, and I liked it. I remember liking it. I totally had forgotten about that until this very moment. Okay. So how does this open? Oh, well, that was easy. Opens from the top, and there's a foam cover on the top here. Here you go. I think this is this a carrying case or a carrying storage case? I think it is. It is a storage case. Is it a charging case? Because my Elite, I got a charging case, my Elite 2. I don't know if this is a charging case, though. I don't think so. I think you just store it in here, which is kind of a bummer. It's nice to be able to charge it in the case, and this one I don't think has that. Let's see. Okay, immediately I can see the controller, 2 customizable swappable thumbsticks, it looks like. These are the standard. This one is, I feel the same. Maybe they're different. Maybe it's just an extra. Maybe they just give you an extra thumbstick in case one wears out. And then this thumbstick is like the dome style. A lot of people prefer the dome style for certain kinds of games. It's incredibly light. This is one of the lightest game pads I think I've ever used. It's so light. Seriously, it's way lighter than my Elite 2. My Elite 2 has some heft to it. This is like air light. Here, let's actually take it out and take a look at it. So, ooh, first of all, initial grip, not bad. Thumbsticks, these are supposed to be the Hall effect thumbsticks or whatever. They're smooth, very smooth moving thumbsticks. D-pad. Well, the D-pad is a clicky style D-pad. And I don't know how I feel about that. A clicky D-pad, you know what I mean? Like it clicks. Listen. Hear that? It's not a smooth D-pad. It has those audible, tangible clicks. The face buttons, I can tell you right now, they're very different from the ones on the Elite 2. They click, and they have a little bit of softness to them. Okay? They're not hard. Like the face buttons on that Elite 2, they're actually not hard at all. That's a great thing, because that was my major problem with the Elite 2. Let's see here. You got your start, your back, you got your power button. I don't know what these 2 middle buttons do at all. And then here's our, oh wow, there's a million things on here. Holy shit, there's like so many buttons. Oh my God. There's a million buttons on this thing. So first of all, you got your 2 shoulder buttons. They're right there. But there's extra shoulder buttons, which I'm assuming are programmable. Like maybe you could just have those be like extra buttons on there. And then you've got your shoulder triggers. And then I can see that there's 2 switches right there. I was absolutely correct. Those adjust the sensitivity of your triggers. If you're someone who's an FPS player and you want to be able to look down the sights or fire more easily, less input, less, having to depress the trigger, it has that ability. Likely for me, I'm not going to use this for FPS games. For FPS games, I'm just going to use mouse and keyboard. So probably I'll just use the standard trigger. Then on the back, there's 4 extra things. Look, 2 on each side here. 2 there, 2 there. So, interesting. It's so light. This is one of the lightest controllers I've ever had in my life. I love the rubberized grip because that's one of my favorite things about the Elite 2. So it has the same rubberized grip. The thumbsticks are a little bit actually like depressed in. Like my thumb fits nicely into that depression on the thumbstick. It doesn't really do that on the Elite 2. It's kind of nice. I think it might be a little bit better control, perhaps. I guess we'll have to see. Piece of plastic here. I'm assuming this is where you're going to, oh no, there's the charge. So what is this? The sensor? Maybe that's the wireless sensor and you got to take this piece of plastic off. Must be. I guess it was some kind of a protector. The sensor is probably right there. Okay. And so here is our accessories box. We'll take a look in here. Thank you so much to C-Flow last name. I will shout that out in a moment. All right, no worries. Let's see, what's in here? Probably just the USB cable. The wireless adapter was in the case. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I thought it was something else up here on the case. There is a little like accessories storage thing here, I guess. Maybe for the cable. Maybe you put the USB cable in there. You know what? I think that's what it is. I think you wrap and store the USB cable on the top of this case. So I was wondering what that was. Okay, so let's see there. I don't want to rip the cardboard, but it seems like not a really easy way to open this without ripping the cardboard. It's not just like popping out. You would think, oh, just pop out. It won't pop out. So maybe I have to rip it. I don't want to. It seems like they didn't design this very well, honestly. Yeah, they didn't, I guess. How do I open it without destroying it? I guess I have to destroy it. Why did they design it like this? Fine, I'll destroy the cardboard. I've had enough. I'm not going to wait all day. Don't know why they made it like that. Yeah, look, you have to rip it. The only way to open it is to rip it open. Stupid. Okay. Here's the cable. It's a braided cable. For some reason, there's caps on the ends. I'm not sure what effectiveness having caps on the end of your USB cable does. That's a little silly, in my opinion. Wow. Now, what do I do with this? I throw it out. I'm not going to keep a cap, right, for my USB cable. That's ridiculous. A cap for the little end of the USB-C. And it has an actual rubberized cable tie that you could probably use not only for this cable, but for other stuff as well. You just like that, see? And you can just wrap. Oh, it's actually, never mind. It's attached to the cable. You can't use it for anything else. It's only for this particular cable. Okay. So what I will do, obviously we can't use it yet. It has to be charged. I would like to test this controller tonight when I play Tormented Souls 2. So what I will do, I'll charge it. But here's the bummer, and I'm going to give some criticism. How do I charge it like this? You can't. It's a nice case. I like it, but it's not a chargeable case. There's no hole in the side of it. So there's no way to get the USB cable to charge the controller when it's in its case. With my Elite 2, it has a hole in the top and the cable goes through. So you just put it on a dock and it charges. This doesn't have a charging dock. So this has to be plugged into a USB cable to charge it. That's kind of silly, in my opinion. So I guess I'm going to go hook this up.
What's the matter? Store wouldn't take your
Oh, here's someone who's jealous.
stolen credit card.
First off, I'm sure you probably used a stolen credit card to do the super chat. A nice jealous super chat from someone because I'm showing stuff off that I purchased. Well, I'm sorry. Really, I am. I don't know what to tell you. People like me. They support my content. If you don't like it, you don't have to be here. Sending me money with, certainly isn't going to help your situation. Okay. So no exaggeration. I just basically moved my Elite 2 controller over to make room behind my TV to charge this new controller, which is what's it called again? The Wolverine. Oh, by the way, I plugged in the receiver, or not the receiver, the USB dongle for it, the wireless receiver thing. It's already popping up and saying there's software and everything for it. Holy crap, look at this. Razer Synapse 4. Next evolution of the Razer hardware configurator. That's what I want. Yep, that's what I'm going to put in there. Razer Synapse 4 for the controller. Of course, they want to put in 700 programs like, use this to get clips, use this for the Chroma app for color. No, I don't want any of that crap. I literally just want to use the controller software. So I'm installing it right now, the controller software. Okay, anyway, so what I was saying, I got interrupted there when that popped up. I had to lift up my Elite 2 controller and move it out of the way so that I could put this one down and charge it. Dude, that thing is heavy, like really heavy because of the battery in it. This controller, supposedly, this is the Wolverine Pro 8K PC, apparently has like a 30-hour battery life, but it is like a feather. It's light as a feather. So I don't know what kind of battery technology they're using for it, but apparently it's dramatically different from whatever batteries are being used in other things. Seriously. So I'll test that later. I'm just charging the controller right now, so I'm not going to mess with it or just, like I said, tonight, I'm going to play Tormented Souls 2, and I'll use the controller for the first time, and I'll let you guys know how it works, okay? Cool. All right. Let's see here. Hold on one second. I got my first tip of the day, $2. Give me 1 second. Let me get this this crap out of the way. This is stupid. This thing is annoying. Okay. Box. Stupid cardboard accessory box is crappy. I can't even get it to fit back in here. What the hell? I can't even get it to fit back in the box that it came out of. There we go. Okay. All right, so $2 tippers, Big Cheese Enjoyer. Says, Phil, I had a recommendation. You got the Switch 2 and your Pokemon playthrough did fantastic. Why not do a second run in Scarlet and Violet in the future? Switch 2 free upgrade makes the game run better. Just a thought. I'm not opposed to doing that. Really, like, I liked Scarlet Violet. My major complaint was it performed very poorly. Like, it ran horribly on the Switch 1. It was so choppy and just not satisfying. Maybe if you guys wanted to see me do a second run, I would consider it in the future. That's your call, though. You know, totally up to you. I don't know if you guys want me to play a different Pokemon game. Up to you guys. And Cyrax Groiper resubbed to the channel for 9 months over on Kick. Thank you so much to Cyrax Groiper. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. Many positive chatters coming in today. For example, this person, I Critique, says, I'm literally here for the long haul. I want to see a lolcow make it to the top tier, and no one deserves it more than DSP. I appreciate you saying that. Because remember something, all right? Being a lolcow doesn't mean you ever asked for it, wanted it, or participated in it. Unlike other lolcows who said, oh, I'm a lolcow, well, then I'll lean into it. I'll capitalize from it. I'll make bank on it. I didn't do that. I said, no, I'm going to keep doing what I love. I'm not going to change my content. I'm not going to be doing this kind of toxic, stupid pranks and dumb shit just to get over and make a buck. Instead, I'm just going to plug away. I'm going to keep making gameplay. I'm going to keep doing streams. I'm going to hang out, and I'm just going to have a good time and be me. And if the world wants to laugh at it or hate on it, they can do what they want. I never did that. You know, I had an offer to go on Lolcow Live and be one of the original 3 hosts. I just ignored it. I don't want to do that. I have no interest in it, you know? And now here I am years later, finally, after thick and thin, really trying to persevere and go through it. It looks like I'm coming out of the end of the tunnel, right? Like, people are coming by and actually enjoying the content. Right now, just hanging out with you guys on the podcast, I have 362 viewers in climbing. On Kick, I probably have over 100. I don't know. I haven't looked. Yeah, whoa, I have way more than 100. My viewership has dramatically increased just in the last week, like doubled. People are coming by. They're engaging with everything I do. They're supporting in droves. So, yeah, I toughed it out. And thankfully, here we are. And, you know, we're having a good time together. Thanks a lot. Again, thank you for coming by. Thanks for saying that. I'm glad that people are recognizing that. Okay? What's going on, Vasil? Good to see you. Good afternoon. Okay, so real quick, I just want to get this out of the way, and maybe I will mess with the speakers a bit.
What's the matter?
Uh-oh.
Store wouldn't take your stolen credit card.
Thank you so much, Llama, for $5 on a stolen credit card. He says, here's 5 from a stolen credit card. Just kidding. Enjoy your day. Thank you, Llama. Appreciate that. And that's only one of many animations for the record. Like, there's a lot more than that, but we'll see them as people contribute different levels and stuff, okay? And we've already seen that one a bit this morning. So thank you to Llama for $5. I appreciate that. Takao YouTube says, seeing you play Arc Raiders and being really tense in it was fun. I'm looking forward to it. And also MK. Yeah, see, now here's the thing, because we're going to look at this in a second. What we got to figure out now is, what do we want to do? Because we got a lot of options, all right? So let me lay this out on the table for everyone, what we're looking at right now, all right? Today, I want to continue with Mario Galaxy 2. We already had it in the schedule. I really like the game. We're getting near the end of it. Let's do that for today. Tonight, I want to continue with Tormented Souls 2. Again, we've been playing for a while. we're nearing the end. We're almost at the end of the school. We'll probably finish the school today. And then from what I'm to understand, there's only one more actual dungeon thing to do, and that's the finale of the game. Okay? So let's do that today. Let's focus on that. Tomorrow, Wings of Redemption is supposed to be on the show. And allow me to explain what I mean by that. Before I talk about that, allow me to just confirm. In fact, I need your guys' help. Oh, no, hold on.
What's the matter? Store wouldn't take your stolen credit card.
We're going to hear this so many times during December. I love it. Okay, so I'm trying to lock in and confirm that Wings of Redemption will be on the show tomorrow. He already said he was previous, okay? But I tried talking with him a couple times this last week, and I didn't get a response. I don't know if he's just busy. I don't know if he's freaking out because of the Asmongold thing, and he realizes that I'm probably going to have more attention on me now when we do this interview. I have no idea, all right? But he just responded, and he says, yeah, 1 p.m., right? And I was like, no, it was 12. We're going to do 12 to 2 like we did last time, but if you need to start at 1 p.m., I can start at 1 p.m. I just need to know what's going on. So I'm waiting for him now to respond again. It sounds like Wings will...
Store wouldn't take your stolen credit card.
You know, guys, I appreciate the support, but if you could stop using stolen credit cards for a few minutes, that'd be nice. But, no. He's going to be on the show tomorrow. I'm just not sure when yet. All right? We have to confirm. He might be 12. He might be 1. Like, I'll be streaming at the same time. It's basically just when we get him on. So let's say 12, but if it ends up being 1, then it'll be 1. So tomorrow, Wings of Redemption will be on the show. It'll be just like last time. We'll hang out for a couple of hours. We'll talk all about what's been going on this last month. Call of Duty, Battlefield, and other things. I'll ask him about what's going on in the holidays for him. We'll talk about the old days of being content creators. It's going to be a great discussion. Last time we had 2 hours, which was kind of like an icebreaker. This time around, I think we're going to be more in depth about talking about interesting topics and things like that, okay? So I hope you guys will be here tomorrow. That's the whole first stream tomorrow, because after Wings appears, we'll just do a decompression where we hang out and talk. Keep in mind, when I have a guest, I do not do shout-outs. I do not have pop-ups on the screen. It's just about me and the guest. So when Wings is here tomorrow, it's just him and me. That's it, okay? I hope you understand that. But then when we're done, then we're going to hang out after the fact. We'll talk. I'll do shout-outs and all of that, okay? So I hope that you'll be here tomorrow for that. Tomorrow night on the late stream, it's our weekly stream of American Truck Simulator Late Night Chill, where I have a few drinks, and we actually drive a truck in American Truck Simulator. We do some delivery jobs, but it's mostly just a chill stream where we talk a lot, okay? That's really all I have set in stone for the week. I'd like to leave Tuesday and Wednesday open, because depending on when things get delivered, could actually affect the day. Like, for example, if my chair gets delivered early on Tuesday, maybe we'll build the chair and we'll adjust the setup with the new chair and see how it works. Right? That could be fun. So if the desk arrives earlier, because the desk is supposed to come Wednesday, but if it comes Tuesday, then maybe we'll build it Tuesday. All right? If none of that happens, I'd just like to leave the schedule kind of open rather than say, let's do all these planned things and then they don't work out because we don't know when stuff's showing up. So here's the thing. There could be Pokemon this week. There could be Call of Duty Black Ops 7. Maybe we'll do some Arc Raiders. Maybe we'll play more Mega Bonk. I'm okay with any of that. But at the same time, I want to have it separated so that we don't really know yet. I don't want to... Thank you to Mr. Member. I'll shout all this out in a second. Very nice. All right, that was my favorite one so far.
Store wouldn't take your stolen credit card.
Anyway, we're going to shout all this out in a second, I promise you. Good stuff. So yeah, let's just leave the schedule set for today and tomorrow. Let's see when things start to arrive, and let's play the week by ear. Maybe one stream will be just building and setting up stuff. Maybe one stream we'll play Arc Raiders and chill. All right? Like, let's just leave it open. Hopefully, with the stuff I'm doing this week, I'll be able to test out this new controller as well. If I play Arc Raiders, obviously I'll be using the new controller playing it and stuff like that. So let's see. Okay? It'll be a more chill week. Remember, I'm only here for 4 days. Today, tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday, that's it. I'm off Thursday and Friday. So more laid back atmosphere, but you'll know that I'll be here, 4 days this week, double streams. Okay? Next week, we'll get more back to normal. Next week, I'm doing a 7 straight days of streaming week. We'll do tons of games, all kinds of fun stuff next week. Okay? All right, let's get to these shout outs. So we have Critique, who did a $5 super chat. Thank you to Critique for $5. We've got The Villain with a $5 super chat. Thank you to The Villain. We've got Mr. Member with a whopping $20 super chat. Keep being you. Thank you, Mr. Member, for the support. That's what I intend to keep doing, man. Thank you so much, Mr. Member. Appreciate that. And The Villain did another $5 super chat. Thank you to The Villain. Thank you guys so much. So let's see. We've seen now. What have we seen now? We've seen one of the small contribution animations for the 100 kicks. We saw the 1,000 kick animation. We saw the $5 and we saw the $10 animation. No, the $20 animation. We haven't seen the 10 yet. We haven't seen the 30, the 50, or the 100. We haven't seen the 500 kick animation either. So we still got a lot more to go. Cool.
Humbug.
All right. Thank you, Shocks, for a $10 super chat. I love gaming handhelds. I own them all. Best part is I can play and still never miss a stream. That's true. You can hang out and you can chill and play games on your handheld, but you can still watch the content. There you go. Then again, I guess technically you could have the content on like another screen if you play it on console or PC too. But thank you, $10. Shocks. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. Okay. I'm trying to get back on track because I basically like messed my head up here. Okay, what I think I should do. Actually, which speaker is left and which speaker is right? I just realized. I don't know. Because I was going to go set these up. The Waller says I'm currently playing on my Portal. Your PS Portal? So you're playing PS5 on your Portal. Interesting. What, speaker out, USB in, aux in. Right. This is the right speaker. And this is the left speaker. It says right on them. Okay. I think I want to go set these up quickly because I actually want to use these for playing Mario today. So give me 1 second. I'm going to go position them. So I hooked them all up. It claims to be on, but I have absolutely no idea what the volume level is because I don't have the app synced yet. I'm just curious if I play something, will it play it now? Let's find out. Yeah. They're working. Yeah. Cool. Right now I can use the controller to my TV. Yeah, it works. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to test it. Hold on. Okay, so they're on right now. Can anyone hear them? Can you guys hear any audio from the speakers right now? No, you can't hear it. Okay, perfect. All right. Thank you guys. That's absolutely perfect. It means that I have enough filters on the mic that I can use these speakers and you won't hear it. That's perfect. So they're working right now. Right now I can use this to adjust it, which is my TV remote. But eventually, once this is plugged into my new monitor that's coming, obviously what I'm going to want to do is use the app because I'm not going to have a controller like that for it. So there you go. Now these stands came with it. I don't know if I'm going to use these or not. I want to look at them and see what they are. I guess. Why would you need this? What does this stand for? I guess you put the speaker on it, but what's the point? Why would you want to lay the speaker flat pointing up ever? Why would you ever want that? Laying flat, pointing up? Does anyone know why you would want to do that? Oh, Lucifer Soul, thank you for 1,000 kicks. I didn't even know you had done that. I will shout that out in a second. I missed it. Wall mounted? Well, no, it's not a wall mount. It's just a flat. See, it's just like a flat stand. Judging by the rubberized things on the bottom, it must go flat like this on a surface. Okay. And then the speaker sits on top at an angle. But why would you want to do that? Why would you want them flat? You know, like right now, they're just sitting perfectly on. They have 4 little feet and they're sitting right over there. They look good. I mean, they're probably going to sound, they're not going to sound great because they're behind the TV. I can't fit them in front of the TV. I know that sounds weird. I can't, like, there's no room on that stand. But once I change my lighting and everything, I'll have room to do it. And then the speakers will sound better. But I'm just curious, like, why do I want these? What am I going to do with these? I don't know. For the look and aura, yeah, I don't know why I would ever want these. Weird. Reduces the vibration on the desk, do they? It's weird, though, because then the audio would be playing up. If it's at an angle like this and your speaker is laying flat and heading up, I mean, the audio is going to go up, right? It's not going to go straight. That's weird. I don't know. I'll probably never use these. Came with them, but I'll probably never even, like do anything with them. So, okay. So I will later. I will download the app. I'm not going to do it now, but later I'll download the app and I'll see if I can sync the app with those speakers, and do it that way. Because obviously I would like to use the app to adjust them later rather than when my new monitor will be right here on the monitor arm. But I don't want to have to be like reaching buttons and stuff to adjust the volume. I'd rather just, And the other thing is, man, I got to remember I have to buy a longer cable, a longer 3.5 millimeter cable. So it'll reach from my monitor across the room to the speakers that'll be over on that stand. If I don't do that, it's not going to reach. I'm not going to get audio, which sucks. Okay. Thank you to Lucifer Soul for 1,000 kicks over on Kick. Hold on. He says, can you please ask Santa if I'm off his naughty list or will I get more cold this year? I think that depends on your behavior. Like Santa, his naughty list is dependent on how you act. I'm sure if you act like a positive viewer, a normal person, if you don't say toxic things, if you don't insult other viewers, if you don't break the rules, I'm sure you'll be welcome. As you can see, you're in the chat right now, and I'm not caring. So just be chill, enjoy the holiday vibes, and you'll probably be good. That simple. Okay, cool. All right, so we have an option. We can either just chill and talk for like 15, 20 minutes to end the show, or, by the way, again, I liked having this on, but sadly, when I have this on, I block the borders of the show, but maybe I'll leave it on for the end of the show. Hold on. Let's do this. My old Christmas template. Yeah, the reason I used to have templates like this for the show, my camera used to be horrible. My camera was blurry as hell. So I did this to kind of cover up the real estate of the screen so you would not have so much to look at. But now my setup's so much better, full HD, nice stuff to look at. So the border isn't really needed anymore. But hey, I figured I'd bring it back for today, right? Okay. Thank you. Akira says, thanks for streaming. I love your content. Seems like you're a chill guy, and I love your Christmas setup. Thank you for coming by and hanging out, and thanks for the kind words. I appreciate that. Happy holidays to you. Okay, so what do you guys want to do? Because we could either hang out or there is a news story. This YouTube AI debacle that's going on right now with YouTube channels. Basically, what's happening is YouTube channels are being misidentified as spam or deceptive, and AI is shutting them down. And when people try to appeal, they are also getting their appeals shut down. So it's pretty bad. But we could talk about that, or we could just hang out. You want to just hang out? Sylvania says, just stop by an Arby's. They're sold out of the deep fried turkey club sandwich. The apple pie shake is good, though. Yeah, actually, it was funny. We confirmed that after I'd gotten it. We looked at it again. That's the Thanksgiving sandwich at Arby's here in the United States. They don't have it anymore. They only had enough stock, I guess, to go through Thanksgiving, and now it's actually they got rid of it. They don't have it anymore. So, yeah. All right. I think we'll just chill. Let's not have any pressure. Let's just hang out for the next 15, 20 minutes or whatever, enjoy each other's company. And and then after that, we're gonna play Mario Galaxy 2. So if you like Mario Galaxy 2, I'm still within my first run. I've never played this game before. We're in World 6. We're making great progress. Today we might beat World 6 and head on to I think there's a secret final world that opens after World 6. And I am doing all the extra content of all the hidden stars and everything. So it's been a lengthy playthrough, but it's been a fun one. And hopefully you'll stick around for that and not run for the hills because it's fun. It's been good. Like when I played it last, it was very entertaining. Okay. So what's on everyone's mind? I've talked a lot. I've unboxed things. I've talked about the schedule. What's on everyone's mind today? Anyone have any questions? Anything you want to chat about before we jump into Mario today? Please tag me in either chat. And again, thank you for great attendance. Almost 400 people watching on YouTube. How are we doing on Kick? I haven't really checked, and now every time I check, I'm blown away. Wow, still well over 100 viewers on Kick. Thank you, guys. Okay. What's up, Phillips Fuse? What did I buy on Black Friday? Go check out the video. It was 4 hours of buying stuff. It was insane. I bought so much stuff for the setup. Everything I bought's for the setup or for future streams. I bought a Lego set, that controller, 2 monitors, monitor arms, a new desk, a new chair, speakers, and more. So, I'm doing good. I'm in a great mood. Enjoying the holiday spirit here today, a first day of holiday fun. You're cheesing Bloodborne right now. What do I think about people who cheats to win? I'm just trying to have fun and experience the game for the first time. Here's the thing. You are well allowed. Winter storm warning in effect. You are well allowed to play any single-player game however you want, okay? Seriously, I don't know why some people have this issue where they're like, well, if you're going to play a FromSoft game, you got to get good and you got to play it at a high level in order to win. Dude, it's a single-player game. Once you've purchased the license to play the game, you have a right to play it however you want. You can cheat, you can mod it, you can do whatever you want. Now, obviously, you're robbing yourself of the experience that the game devs have for you to originally experience in a normal run if you do that. But as long as you're okay with that, right, then there's no problem. I really feel like a lot of these games has there's this weird like dick measuring contest. Seriously, like everyone has like this giant ASCII code dick. And it's like, well, I just beat all these games legit first try. But does it really matter? I always go back to that classic line, tried and true line from the angry video game nerd from one of his very first videos, Karate Kid. He says, in the end, it's just between you and the Nintendo, and in reality, nobody cares. Right? And it's the same thing with these games. Like, people get so hard up on, oh, you got to beat the original experience. You got to get good. Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? Now, there is an exception. If you're a creator like me and you're attempting to make an entertaining playthrough for an audience, that's a different situation. If my first run of Bloodborne, I modded the shit out of the game and cheated, guys would probably be up in arms. Like, that's not a real experience. You cheated the game. That's not entertaining to watch. And that would be a valid criticism. Okay, I do feel like that would be a valid criticism. But for the most part, if you're just playing these games for yourselves, if you're just playing it in the comfort of your own home without an audience, who gives a shit how you play it? Right? Who cares? The only time that I will disagree with this mantra or this mentality is if you're playing a competitive multiplayer game. Yeah, if you're playing Call of Duty Black Ops 7 and you got a fucking device that auto-aims and snaps to enemy and all you got to do is run around and hold the trigger and the gun just goes, it just murders everybody, that's different. It's supposed to be a competitive game where skill is a factor. All right? But if you're playing a single-player game, who gives a crap? If you already bought the game, it doesn't matter. But again, if you're a content creator, you may be held to a higher standard. You got to be prepared for that. Okay? So, Soul at 2 a.m., $2 super chat. Do you like Sloppy Joe sandwiches? Yes, I do. Particularly in recent years, my wife and I have had turkey sloppy joes, meaning instead of ground beef, it's ground turkey. And it's great. Turkey sloppy joes are just as good. Like you have it with the same sauce or whatever you would do for beef. It tastes great. It's much better for you, much lower fat, lower acid. Like everything is better for you if you eat turkey instead of the beef. That's how we have our sloppy joes recently. Abdullah says that LTG cheats in every single player game he plays. It's so boring to watch. You say it's boring, but is it boring to his core audience? If his core audience is okay with him doing it, then it's fine. If his core audience is constantly complaining to him, stop cheating, stop doing this, it's boring, then yeah, that's a different story. But if people keep coming back and hanging out with him and supporting him and he still does it, then what? I don't see the big deal. Yeah. Slay M8 says, Dark Souls 3 is an amazing game with a mod menu. I've done countless runs by making a fun character with baseline level, items, etc. My favorite one was the literal Pepe with club set at level 69. Last year, well, over the last year, I started to experiment with mods. So I did 2 modded runs this year. First, I modded Dark Souls 1 with much better graphics and lighting and some gameplay tweaks. But for the most part, it was the same game. There were some things that actually were much harder than the original and a few things that were a little easier than the original. So it almost felt like the original. To be honest, I was a little disappointed because I thought it was going to play differently and it generally didn't. My other one was I played GTA 4 with mods. And essentially, the game looked like a brand new game. All the character models had been improved. The game had all these lighting effects, reflection effects. It just looked sick, okay? So I liked both of those playthroughs, but the next one I'd like to do is like a Dark Souls 2 or Dark Souls 3, but this time around, I want to mod the game so they play different. Like, I've heard that there's mods for Dark Souls 2 that completely change the game from the ground up. The story, the dungeons, the enemies, everything. Like, it's a new game. I would love to experience that. Because then it feels like a totally new thing that I'm doing, as opposed to, me playing original Dark Souls for the 10th time, this time with some tweaks. I'd rather play something new. So that's what I would like to do next, maybe sometime next year. Andy. Well, Andy R.877 to be technical, just gifted 10 memberships to the community. Thank you, Andy, for dropping 10 members here. Appreciate that very much, and I'm sure everyone here is going to appreciate that who gets a gifted membership. Happy holidays to you. 'Tis the season, right? Thank you, Andy, for helping out the community here. So that is 30 bucks of support. Thank you so much. Cabal says we need Dick Lightning in a modded Souls playthrough. Well, for those who don't understand the reference, when I was playing Dark Souls 2, I did a certain run where basically I was using all the lightning bolt magic, and I was just grabbing these lightning bolts and tossing them at enemies like Thor, okay? So I named my character Dick Lightning, and I was singing like, go Dick Lightning, we're going through the swamp all now. Dick Lightning, go Dick Lightning. And I would run around just throwing lightning bolts, murdering everything. For those who don't know, baseline Dark Souls 2, lightning magic was busted. It was completely overpowered. It would destroy bosses with like 2 hits if you built the build right. After I got to the end of the game and I dominated the entire game with these lightning bolts, some of the expansions and things came out and I started playing them. Guess what? They nerfed lightning. So I had to completely redo my build from the get-go. Like, I had to relearn the game because lightning now sucked and did no damage. What the hell? I mean, I understand it was powerful. It was pretty busted. Like, the final boss just stood there as I just chucked the giant lightning bolts at it. It was like, it couldn't move, and then just, like, melted. I was like, well, that's kind of busted. But then they undid it. So I had to basically play a whole new game. It was like playing the game from the start again, relearning all the mechanics and everything because I had to do a different build. They saw my video. Very well, maybe they did. Because, man, it was busted. It was so busted. Ridiculously busted. Not even close to being balanced. Asmongold played a DS3 mod called Cinders. It was damn awesome, but it was too tough. It was damn tough one for sure. Oh, yeah? I'd be down for it. This next year, that's what I want to do, because early in the year is always the slowest time of the year, usually for games, like January-ish, sometimes February. So if we're at a slow time next year for games at the beginning, I would definitely explore that stuff. I haven't played a FromSoft style game in a while, so it might be refreshing too. Well, I'm getting a Steam machine once it launches. Probably not. I don't know what purpose I would have for a Steam machine, but I am interested in the Steam controller. I think that the Steam controller looks very interesting. Um, the fact that it has the trackpads and thumbsticks is so unique. And I'm wondering how well you could control certain games with the trackpads versus the thumbsticks. Like, it's a whole different thing you wouldn't consider on a pad, right? So I'm interested in that for sure. But Steam Machine, I don't know what I would do, right, with the Steam Machine. I already have a great gaming PC, so I don't know what use it would be to me. Fish Tank Big Boss, $5 super chat.
What's the matter? Store wouldn't take your
He says, ha ha ha.
stolen credit card?
He says, get a fire extinguisher and a window safety ladder with your new desk in case you get trapped in your office and a lithium battery goes haywire. Well, number one, if a lithium battery goes haywire, it would always go haywire in this direction. My door's right here. So at any moment, I could just escape. It's not a big deal. It's not like I'm on the other side of the office and now I'm stuck and I have to jump out the window. But even if I had to jump out the window, the fall's not that high. I should be fine. I'm pretty sure I could land and I would just try to like roll. I think I'd be all right. I don't think I need an emergency ladder. But thanks for thinking of me. Yak Almighty says, what's the first thing I would grab in a fire? Hold on. Sorry, I got a frog in my throat all of a sudden. Obviously my family. My wife and Jasper are the two big priorities in the house. After that, well, what do you need that's like the most annoying to replace? Probably my wallet. Right? That'd be the next thing, your wallet. I do have a safe box, but it's actually fireproof. So I don't think I have to worry about that. It should not, like, I have documents and important things like in there, but I don't think that would matter because it's fireproof. So that's it. Everything else is just a belonging that I can replace. That's what I would say. My wife and Jasper and my wallet are the three, or the things, Then if I had a choice, my phone, right? Grab the phone, keep that with me. Okay. I have confirmed with Wings. He will be on the show tomorrow at noon. I just confirmed 100%. So tomorrow, noon to 2 p.m., we'll be hanging out and having a good time with Wings of Redemption on this channel. Sounds like a plan, right? And like I said, during that time, there'll be no pop-ups, no interruptions. It'll just be me and him. Once the interview's done, then I'll hang out with you guys for a bit, and we'll decompress and talk. Shout-outs, all that will happen after, okay? Awesome. I'll try to get a new winter background, too. You know how when I did the last interview, I had like a fall background. Well, I had a Halloween background. That's right. I had a Halloween background for his first appearance. I had a fall background for Asmongold. Now I'm going to do a winter background for this appearance. Who's Wings? Wings of Redemption is a very long-time content creator. He actually started right before me. He used to do Call of Duty commentaries. That's how he made his name on the internet, where he would play Call of Duty but talk about topics over it as he was playing. He got very popular. He made a lot of money. And then, much like a lot of us, he kind of fell out of popularity and became a lolcow. More people know him now for making fun of him on the internet and his exploits for things he said and done over the years that people would term as like embarrassing or triggering than the content of his Call of Duty stuff from back in the day. So, we have a lot in common in that regard. And we just had an interview at the end of October that was very interesting. But now it's been another month and a half, and we'll have more to talk about, I feel. It's going to be a good show. Any chance to set up a Christmas tree live? We don't have a Christmas tree anymore because of Jasper Kitty. Jasper Kitty will jump in a tree and tear it down. That's what cats naturally do. We have had a mini tree before, but we aren't sure. Like, we have one now that we could set up, but we don't know what we're going to do yet. We haven't had a chance really to work on any Christmas decorations yet. We are going to do them. We just haven't done them yet in the house. So we'll see. That's also correct. Broden says tree water is toxic for cats, and if a cat cries, he gets sick. You're right. Crying Carcass asks, do I agree with Asmon's gaming has never been better before take? I honestly disagree. I think gaming was at its best in the late 2000s, early 2010s. It stagnated for a long time. It depends on what you mean. If you're talking overall gaming, I think gaming has changed. I think gaming used to be, what games are giant AAA studios pumping out, and are they good? You're right. In the 2000s and early 2010s, like the Xbox 360 era was almost the golden era of that. What's happened now is the tides have turned. Now the AAA studios are making garbage. Indie studios are making the best games. And the style of game that's becoming more popular and or better is different. Like, for example, back in the day, one of the best-selling games of the year would be Uncharted or Mass Effect. today, one of the best-selling games of the year very well could be Mega Bonk. Little different. It's indie style, small scale, still sells a ton. Doesn't mean it's a better or worse game at all. It just means it's a different style of game from what used to be popular. Things are changing with the internet culture and the way that people play games and follow games based on other people playing them first, as opposed to everyone's getting Mass Effect because it's made by EA and BioWare and it's huge and we all play it together. It's the big cultural thing. Instead, it's, oh, Mega Bonk, dude, I saw Asmongold play it. That was hilarious. Now I'm going to play it. It's very different, you see? So are there great games in 2025? Absolutely there are. I can tell you right now, this year I played a good amount of great games. Were any of them AAA games? Maybe one. And everything else was more small scale indie, but they were still great games. They just weren't as well known. They weren't across the board popular because no one knew about them. Like Blueprints is probably the best puzzle game I've ever played. Most people don't even know about it, didn't play it. They really missed out. Blueprints is an outstanding experience in every way, but a lot of people just didn't even know it existed, you know? I don't know. Someone just asked me about a collab with a random YouTuber. I don't know, and I'm not going to say them because then people will say I name dropped a YouTuber. But, I've already stated last week, I said this publicly on X. I said, listen, I'm open to doing collabs. If someone wants to have a collab with me, and it's a real collab about gaming, or you want to talk about the history of YouTube, or you want to talk about the Street Fighter community, stuff that's not the same drama shit that I am now completely past and don't want to bother talking about ever again, I would collab. But for the most part, anyone who wants to collab with Darkside Phil wants to talk about the exact same topics that have already been talked about till I'm blue in the face and I'm just tired of it. It's a waste of time. So, again, the door is open. I will say this. I got contacted by someone who said they were organizing an event, okay? It was going to be a gaming event that had to do with certain kinds of games, and it was also going to be commentary on it and stuff like that. And they're pitching me this whole thing, right? Like, it's kind of interesting. But then they're like, so the games are all games I don't play and have zero interest in, like League of Legends and shit like that. And I'm like, I don't care about those games. And then they go, oh, and also this is an event that's for fans of the streamer Destiny. And I was like, do you even know me? Like, you do realize I'm no fan of Destiny, right? Like, we've been at it back and forth a bit over the years. He opened his big mouth years ago trying to make fun of me. And now, he's down on his luck all of a sudden. So funny how the tides turn and the situations change. And basically I went back to them and said, like, I would, not to say that I wouldn't want to have involvement in an event, but do you have any idea what you would want me to do? I'm not going to play the games because the games aren't games I play. Would you want me to commentate? Well, I don't know how I would commentate because I don't know these games. And I'm also not a fan of Destiny. So honestly, I'm not really sure, how is this worth my time? Are you offering, is this like a paid role where you want me to be there? I don't even understand what you're talking about. And the person goes, oh, okay, well, I didn't know any of that. Thanks for at least responding. And then they stopped responding to me. So, apparently, and then they actually admitted the event has nothing to do with Destiny. They're doing it and acting like this is fans of Destiny doing the event. And then Destiny has no involvement. Huh? What does that even mean? Really? Like, what does that even mean? You're running an event and you're pitching it to people. Do you want to be involved because we're fans of Destiny? Okay, well, what's Destiny's involvement? Well, will he talk to me about it? Oh, no, he has no involvement in it. Huh? What are you talking about? I don't even get it. Are there events out there that people say we're fans of DSP or maybe we're haters of DSP? And you're like, okay, so what's DSP's involvement? Oh, he doesn't even know about it. Huh? Sounds a little sketchy, doesn't it? Like, huh? Maybe I misunderstood it. I don't know. I'm just telling you, like, that's one person that reached out to me this week. I did get one or two other interesting contacts, but I'll talk more about those when I have more developments on them. But as of now, I'm open to doing collabs. I would love to do collabs with people who are of like mind me. They love games. They want to talk about games, but they want to talk about gaming in general, the history of games, being a creator in the game space, being a YouTuber, being a streamer, or FGC stuff. I grew up in the fighting game community. From the late 90s all the way through 2007-ish, I was a huge integral part of the East Coast of the US fighting game community. I was great at fighting games and I won tournaments. Then I became a tournament organizer and I ran tournaments for a few years. At the early inception of Street Fighter 4, I was one of the bigger Street Fighter creators, even though I didn't play competitively. And they all hated me for it. Man, they resented me for it, that's for sure. But I have all this wealth of knowledge to share on the FGC. No one asks. Absolutely no one asks. They just pretend like I don't exist because he's a lolcow. Yeah, but I fucking know more than most people. So just ignore it because a few idiots on the internet make jokes? I mean, sure, I guess. Whatever you say. Okay. Anything else you guys want to chat about before we conclude here? Or shall we adjourn? And then we'll go on a little break and then we'll come back and we'll do Mario for today, which I'm excited for. Is this the final look for the December setup? I don't know, because once the new stuff comes, once the desk, the chair, everything comes, I don't know how tall it all is. I think the desk, it said, was like this much higher than mine right now. So it would be visible. Like everything would be visible in front of me. So I might have to adjust. I might actually have to like change the whole setup. I don't know. Am I going to get Kirby Air Riders? No. There's a couple reasons. Number one, I already played 2 racing games this year. One was Mario Kart World. The other was Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, and neither did very well. Both of them, Mario Kart I played for about a month, and most of the time when I played it was against trolls. They would all find the same lobby I was in and try to play against me. After a month of playing, I beat them all. I won. I said, enough of this. There's no point in me playing. I've done everything in the game. The game has so limited content, there's nothing to do. Okay? And then, on top of that,
What's the matter? Store wouldn't take
I
your
played Sonic Racing Cross Worlds.
stolen credit card.
That one I really enjoyed, but sadly, no one liked it. I only played it 2-3 sessions. I couldn't get people to show up and care about it. So I stopped playing it. So now this one is another racing game. Do I have any confidence that this one would get attendance and support? No, I think people would be like, oh, it's another racing game. We're bored of it. In addition to that, you may guys not be aware, but my Switch 2 is screwed up. My Switch 2, which I literally only used to play Mario Kart World and Donkey Kong Bonanza, okay? Between the time that I played Bonanza and Pokemon, my Switch 2's wireless has stopped not wireless, wired internet connection just stopped working. And I don't know if it's the dock. I don't know if it's the Switch 2 itself. It just will not work with wired internet at all. It says trying to connect and fails, okay? And pretty messed up. This is the second Switch in a row that I had that is a lemon. When Switch 1 came out, it arrived. I hooked it up. I did a release night unboxing. The idea was day 2, I was going to play Breath of the Wild all day. I went to boot it up the next day, bricked right out of the box. Didn't even get to play a game on it. Okay? So now my Switch 2 worked at launch. Here we are a few months after launch. Oh, your Ethernet just doesn't work anymore. And you might say, well, why don't you buy another one? Because I'm not giving Nintendo $400 more. They don't deserve it. They've done nothing to earn my money to buy another Switch 2. So, and the dock itself, you're like, why don't we replace the dock? The dock is over $70. It's a piece of fucking plastic with a little board inside. They're charging over $70. These people are insane. They rip off their consumer base all the time, and no one, for some reason, calls them out on it. It really is a scam. So, I'm not going to spend $70 for another dock, $400 for another console. I'll just not use the Ethernet. But that means there's going to be certain games that I sadly, won't be able to do certain things. If I'm going to play Kirby, a game like Kirby, it's mostly online play. Then how am I going to do it with wireless? It's going to lag. So I'm basically just staying away from playing these kind of games for now. It is, yes, 6 Hybrid says, well, it should be in warranty. Yes, but do you know how Nintendo's warranty works? You have to send your console to them. I would have to pack up the Switch 2, the dock, everything, put it in the box, mail it to their facility. They would then take them 2-3 months to inboard it, test it, check it, either refurb it or send me a refurb console back. I would have no Switch 2. Right now I'm playing Pokemon. Right now I'm playing Mario Galaxy 2. In a couple days, I'm playing Metroid Prime 4. Am I going to go for months without playing Nintendo games because their thing's a piece of garbage? Of course not. And again, I'm not paying $400 for another one. So I'm just going for and dealing with it. What can I say? When will I build a Yoshi Lego set? Well, first of all, I have to get it. Not here yet. I think it's tomorrow it's coming. And number 2, that's up to you. This is going to be a weird month Because I get the feeling this month we're going to have people asking for new games like Metroid, finishing old game playthroughs I'm still doing, continuing playthroughs like Pokemon where we beat the story, but some people want more Call of Duty. But then we've got other stuff going on at the same time people are going to want. People said they want Expedition 33. Now people are saying they want Arc Raiders. So at this point, I got so much going on. I don't know if I have time to be taking out streams to do like a Lego night right now. Usually the Lego streams are for times when things are a little slower, and it gives us some variety on the streams rather than just doing the same thing all the time, and I think it works that way. I played Metroid Prime 1 twice. Yeah, once on the Wii and then once on the Switch, the re-release they did. So I've played it twice. Oh, I didn't even shut this out. I'm sorry, Red Eyes. Red Eyes just did a $5 super chat. My bad. He says, would you ever want to set up an MVC tournament with fans you can host and officiate it? You mean like MVC 2? To be honest, I think my days of like doing tournaments and stuff are over. Not to say that, I wouldn't enjoy participating in something like that, but I'm not really too concerned about competitive play like that. The most I do is I randomly play every once in a while online when these collections come out, but I haven't really thought about doing a tournament, no. Broden says, if you don't go hard in Arc Raiders and you just play casually, your account progress will stay unless you prestige for the season, no stress. What do I want for Christmas? The thing is, things are going well for me right now. So it's like, is there anything distinctly like I would want? I guess, two things. The first thing is I want to have some nice relaxing time with my wife. And typically I take 1 to 2 days off. I always have Christmas Day off. I'm always completely off from working on Christmas Day. But I'd like to maybe have a couple days off there so that I could do some more stuff than just have the one day at home with my wife. Whether it be I go out and do stuff or whatever, I don't know. I think Christmas, if I remember correctly, Christmas is on a Thursday this year. I think. Let me look. Yeah, Christmas is on a Thursday. So what I'd like to do is at least have 2 days off. Maybe I could take off like Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, or half Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, something like that. I don't know. So that's number one. First and foremost, I want to have some nice time with my wife. Secondly, I would say I would just like the positivity that we're working with right now to stick. Like I would like nothing more than for this to be reality, because I know it's been almost a week now and it is still continuing. I'm like, this is amazing, but it's hard to believe that it's still continuing and it's sticking. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been here before. I've been at a point where people liked me and it seems fleeting, where people forget, people fall off, people don't really care anymore, or the next nonsense happens that's drama, and now everyone's right back to, haha, lolcow, haha. And I just like being positive and hanging out with you guys. This last week has been absolutely amazing. I hope you know that. Like, I've had a great time just hanging out with you guys nonstop, having a good time, not having to ask for any contributions and instead just chilling. Like, this is what I want to do forever. This is always how I've wanted it to be. Okay. And I'm happy now that things are going well again, and I want it to stick. Like, that's really what I want for Christmas. I just want to stay the course and have all this stick and be real. Because right now it's kind of hard to believe. It's kind of hard to believe that I'm coming back again and that people are here and chilling and enjoying and everything's great. And, it's kind of like back to how it used to be back in the day. So, can it happen? I hope. I would say it's possible. Anything's possible in life. It's just the question is more, is it probable than possible? Can someone actually be called a lolcow for 10 years, treated like dirt for 10 years, but then come back from that and actually like recover? I haven't seen it. Have you? I haven't seen it happen. So I guess we'll see. I'm going to do my best to make it happen. I'm going to be here every day working hard, hanging out with you guys, having a good time, staying positive and not letting things get to me, ignoring the nonsense, ignoring the drama, and instead just chilling with all of you. That's what I want to do. That's my future, with you guys. So let's hopefully make it happen, all right? I'm down for it if you guys are. I think it's time to end the show. All right, everybody? So thank you so much. Remember, be back tomorrow with Wings of Redemption on the show. We'll have a nice chilled podcast together. I hope that you guys will join me for that. But in the meantime, happy holidays, everyone. Thanks for joining me here today. I hope you'll stick around for Mario Galaxy 2 and some Tormented Souls 2 tonight. And be good to each other. Now, 'tis the season to be nice to your fellow man. Let's make it happen. Thank you guys. I will see you tomorrow. Peace out.